plaintiff, Marva Carson, says she appeared before Judge Mathis in 2010, and at the time, the defendant was her boyfriend and her witness. After that case, Marva married the defendant, but they have since separated because she believes he's gay. Marva is suing her estranged husband for a loan and emotional distress. Defendant Richard Coleman insists he loves women and is not gay, and he has no idea where Marva got that idea. Richard claims the reason their marriage went downhill is because Marva thought he gossiped too much, and he's countersuing for defamation of character.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I was here before in 2010 in your courtroom. Richard Coleman was a witness of mine. We were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. Since then, I met Richard in 2009 in a gay club. I should have known something then. Well, it really didn't matter to me because I was experimenting with women at that time as well. So.
Okay. And was he experimenting with men?
He was supposed to have been a bouncer in the club.
Oh, okay. You didn't say that part.
Yeah, he was supposed to have been a bouncer in the club.
Gotcha.
At the time, people was telling me that Richard was gay, and I didn't believe it. I don't judge people like that.
Was he actually a bouncer?
He was all over the club, so I couldn't tell you what he was doing.
He wasn't standing there like that and looking around like he was waiting on something to go down? Okay.
When I first walked in, yeah, he was just standing there, but then he was all over the club, so.
Okay.
After that, we dated. We talked for a while. Eventually, we decided that we were going to get married in 2013.
Okay.
Being married to Richard was emotional distress.
How so? That's right. That's part of your lawsuit. Let me get some background from you first.
Well, Your Honor, like she said, we met in the club. I was taking the money there and also a bouncer.
Oh, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just having fun.
And no, I am not gay.
All right, child, please. Go ahead. Listen, we're having fun. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
We became cordial, and eventually we ended up getting married. I'm not gay.
All right.
I love women.
All right.
If I could have them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would.
Okay.
No problem with that. I have 7 children, and how they say, 3 baby mamas.
All right.
So
your point is you're not on the down low.
No, I'm not on the down low at all.
Or low down, or whatever they call them now. Okay.
Yeah, so where these rumors came from, I don't know.
So what was the relationship like? She was going to tell me that. You tell me.
In April, I got a phone call at work, and I thought it was my supervisor on the phone. Just so happened on the other end of the phone, it was a man.
But from 13 to 15, what has it been like?
Terrible. Terrible.
Give me some examples.
Richard has the tendency that anything that happened in our house as far as health, financial, kids, anything, he has to tell everybody. One person in particular, he would tell his sister everything, his ex everything.
So you're saying he gossips?
Yes.
All right, that's...
Yes, he gossips. In the midst of that, I have his sister calling me, what is going on with you and Richard? Richard this and blah, blah, blah. This is all the time. When I got with Richard, I didn't have high blood pressure. I got high blood pressure now.
That's from that salt you eat.
No, I don't eat salt. I still love him, yes I do. But to go through what I went through in 6 years.
But you're still not telling me what you all were fighting about. You tell me. What was the problems with your marriage?
The problem was I would talk too much to family members when me and her have an issue, to my sister, friends. I admit
so you
that.
do gossip?
Yeah, I do gossip, okay? I do gossip. And as for her is concerned, she curses. She's very verbal abusive. She called my kids crackheads.
How old are your
like
children?
18, 15, 13, 10, 7.
You have 7. I hope you take care. What type of job do you have with 7 children?
Right now, I'm unemployed. I lost my job in July.
So you got 7 kids and are unemployed. Now I'm mad at you. Go ahead. What bad things are you telling your folks that she's doing?
Well, one issue was that my ex set her up with a guy, and she was seeing him. She was cheating on me. Right. But the person that I am, I forgave her.
Okay.
You know, I love my wife, and we can work through this. It was just some personal problems that was going on with me.
Okay.
But she also thought that I was, you know, gay because I take high blood pressure medicine. And so, you know, that kind of messed with your
connection.
Well, that messed with your libido a little bit from having high blood pressure and also, you know, other medication that I take.
And as a result, you don't have the desire to have relations with your wife,
right?
And so that's why she might have thought
right.
that. Okay,
as much as I did from the beginning, because I didn't have no problem from the beginning.
You're just getting old.
Yes.
All right, ma'am.
Your Honor, it had nothing to do with that. His ex did try to set me up with a guy. We talked. We were just friends. It was nothing sexual or anything of that kind. What made me really think that he was gay, he has a friend, and he would say, well, I'm going to cut his hair. He didn't have no hair. He was bald-headed. So I told him one day, I said, well, I'm going to ride with you and go with you to cut his hair because you've been doing this quite often. He says, no, you can't come in. You can't come in. So you're not just cutting hair in there.
How long did he stay?
You know what? He was gone for about a couple of hours. It don't take that long to get your hair cut.
That's not true at all, Your Honor.
Let's get to the money you're suing him about. You're suing him about a loan and the emotional distress. I heard that he run your blood pressure up. And he said you ran his blood pressure up, and that's why he's not functioning. I'm telling him it's because he's too old. That's why things have slowed down. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Your Honor, Richard, when I got with Richard had some issues with money. Yes, he did work. But as far as budgeting, saving, or whatever, Richard had some things going on where Richard would come to me quite often and ask me for money.
When?
This was in 2010.
All right.
I didn't know anything about the payday loans and the cash loans, so he told me how to do it. I went and borrowed $520 from the payday
loan.
loan.
All your money and interest.
From the payday loan. Richard agreed to pay it back, fees, whatever he had to pay back. To this day, Richard hasn't paid one dime, and now it's at $1,393.
Yeah. And, sir, what do you say to this loan?
Well, I say it was a gift. I did not tell her I was going to pay the loan off and pay the interest. I did not tell her that, Your Honor.
Any evidence that he said it would be a loan?
No, it wasn't, because Richard and I are still cordial.
All right. In April, what were you telling me occurred? You got a call?
I got a call at work. The guy was on the other end of the phone. He told me, he described my bedroom to me to a T. The pictures I had on my wall. He told me that him and Richard had been together for years. He said that they were waiting on me and Richard had been together for years. After that, he told me that Richard married me as a front. And I told him, I said, it's got to be some kind of front because our wedding was $10,000, so that was a lot of front.
Sir, now all jokes aside, do you know the person who called her and said that?
No, I don't, and she doesn't either.
Huh?
She doesn't either. I have had no friends in my bedroom.
All right. How did you respond when she accused you of that?
I told her, I'm not gay. Ain't nobody been in this house but who's supposed to been in here.
Did he tell you he didn't tell you his name?
He didn't tell me his name. I asked him his name, and he told me that's not...
And that's your emotional distress.
He said it's not
for real,
yes.
Not any more playing. That is some real emotional distress if you were able to prove it. You don't have anything, obviously, to prove that,
no,
the
he had called my
voicemail
phone.
or anything. And so I can't grant you emotional distress because you can't prove that. $1,000 for defamation. How does she owe you, sir?
Here we are right now in the court. She's telling folks that I'm gay, which is not true. She done told people
All right.
several times.
So one of the things you have to prove is that it can't be just based on her belief, because she says that she has reason to believe it. So person's opinion. You can't sue a person for defamation because of their opinion. How did it hurt your reputation?
I do body massages, and I ain't never have a client. And
Did they say something? Did they say, we don't want you to do any more body massages because your wife said you were gay?
No.
That's what you have to give me, direct evidence. And ma'am, with regard to your loan, this was something, yes, you could sue and win because the loan was made before the marriage. However, I have the option of allowing you to wait to have a divorce judge determine whether you get the loan that was made before the marriage. Who spent the $10,000?
We both did.
All right, where you getting money? You have no money. You need to be spending $10,000 on those 7 kids.
It was on. Hey.
Have a good day.
I just want to say I still love my husband. I'm willing to be with him, but the only way that I'm going to be with Richard is if he gets her out of our business. That's it.
You the one.
And mind her own business.
You are the one that always
and deal
call
with
me.
your business.
I don't talk to you.
I don't talk to you.
I don't. You're
For what?
crazy. You
For
need psychological
what?
evaluation.
You need it.
You're gonna be
Get
still.
your husband
You're gonna
right.
still be mad. My
Get your
husband,
husband
he is
right.
straight, honey.
I don't
That's
think
what you're
so.
jealous of.
I don't think so.
It really works. Guys, look at this. I heard about this hack from a friend.